is Eileen McCusick, and this is a video demonstration on how to use your Sonic Slider. So the Sonic Slider is a tool that I designed to help youthify your face and body by getting energy and fluids moving and introducing tone to the system. So a big part of what makes the Sonic Slider work is the fact that it really does seem to stimulate lymph flow in the body. Lymph is your body's way of removing waste. So the more we can get that system efficient, the more readily we're going to remove waste from our system. So part of the most important parts in our lymph system, especially regarding our face and neck, are behind our ears and down the sides of our neck on the outside of the scalenes, and then around the collarbones, particularly the left side. So what you can do with your Sonic Slider is first activate it. So when we activate the tuning fork, I'm going to hold the handle, and we can even hold it up here, what I say below the U, but you don't want to hold the tines, and you don't want your hands resting on the tines to the best of your ability. To activate it, you hold it loosely and comfortably in one hand, usually your dominant hand, and then you activate the weights, okay, by hitting them against the heel of your hands. So I'm really just using that bit right there, and I'm tapping it gently, and it will vibrate like that. And that's what you want to be able to see and feel, the vibration. If you hit it so hard that it clangs, you've hit it harder than you need to, okay? So you don't need to clang it. If you clang it, you're just hurting yourself unnecessarily, and it actually vibrates less when you hit it that hard. So just get in the habit of just a really gentle tap. I also activate mine against the side of my knee and my hip bone. So there's other places where you can do this, but again, you just want to make sure that it's a light tap. Now, most of the ways that we use this on the body, we're either applying the point or we're sliding the handle, okay? So in order to do either one of that, we want to hold it like a pencil, which means that you want to activate, flip 180 degrees, and hold like a pencil. So why don't you give that a practice? Activate, 180 degrees, hold like a pencil. Now these lymph points, like I said, are behind the ears and down the neck. So what you can do is just come in and gently activate this area behind the ear, and then I press and slide, coming down the neck on the outside of the scalene. So activating behind the ears, pressing and sliding, coming down the side of the neck. And then we can do the same thing on the collarbone. So pressing and sliding our way both below and above the collarbone. Pressing and sliding. And do that on both sides. When I first started doing this, you couldn't see my collarbones. I had so much lymph congestion in this area that you couldn't even see them. And since I've been using it, I've noticed like my collarbones have totally emerged, and my scalenes are much more evident. I got kind of a squished neck, and this is really lengthened. It's lengthened my neck. It's lengthened the muscles in my neck, and it's really changed the way that I stand and that I move. It's really a profoundly transformational tool. So you can use it on both your body and your face because it makes your face red. I'm going to do it on my face at the end of the video so we don't have to look at me with red streaks as we go through. So how you can use it on your body is really cover yourself from head to toe with this stroking motion. So you want to activate the fork. I'm pressing it against my calf. You see how I'm using my left hand to press the handle in. I do that when I run up the places that I can reach like that, but then you can also, it's okay if you clank it sometimes, this way you don't want to habit it, right? So you also can come up the back of your thigh. All this tendency to cellulite that we get back here is bound fascia, and what the Sonic Slider seems to do is get that fascia to actually release. And once the fascia isn't bound, then all the fluids underneath it start to flow more openly, more freely. I mean, I've just seen the cellulite on my back of my legs just disappear while I've been doing this. Not only has the cellulite gone away, but I'm finding that as I'm rubbing this vibrating fork over my butt and my thighs, that it's actually toning the muscles underneath as well. And I can really feel when I'm out walking that these deep muscles in my gluteus and in my belly are firing in ways that they never have before. You know, I was a yoga instructor in the 90s. I did the Insanity workout in 2012. I'm not a big exerciser, but the times that I have, I've never felt as deeply strong as the Sonic Slider has made me to feel. I feel like it's really turned on these core muscles. So the way that you use it on your belly is I'll hold my hip bone and slide the fork across. And you can do this, you know, like I'm wearing kind of yoga clothes. You know, I think it's probably best to do it with no clothes on, but I think you can really do it either way. So we can slide the sides of our waist, and then coming up into, you know, this whole area, ladies, tends to be really congested. In fact, this whole area of my armpit is something that I'm still working on and trying to get this stubborn lymph, you know, probably from years of wearing bras. It just kind of gums everything up in there. The good news is, though, is that this really does get it moving. So you can do legs, belly, hips, you know, switch hands and do that other side, the whole leg. And I'm pressing as hard as I can. We really want to press hard to get that fascia released, okay? Now, some sources say when you work with lymph that you should use a softer touch. So I think it's probably a good idea to alternate with a firm slide to break up the fascia, and then lighter slides to help the lymph to get moving. Now, you will bruise. When I first started doing this, I was covered in bruises, and that's a process of the fascia letting go. It creates these bruises, but you will get through the bruising phase, okay? And you can also do your arms, you know, and again, you want to work just 360 degrees, you know, all the way around. You can see that doing this has really helped my muscles to become leaner, longer, you know, more defined. And this is, you know, I'm almost 50. I don't exercise, okay? This is purely from sound inputs that my body has taken on this tone. You put tone in and then your tone. So you can also use it on your face. And there's a variety of ways to use it on your face. You can stroke up on the forehead. You can stroke up on the neck. And so, you know, when we talk about moving lymph, we are often talking about moving, you know, towards the heart. We want everything to go towards the heart. But I think in the case of the jaw and the chin, we might want to go against gravity, and that's okay to, you know, to just work that. You can also work the whole jawline using, you know, the long end of the handle, and you can go both ways. So you can go from the midline out to the ear. You can go from the ear into the midline, and you'll really feel all this crunchy stuff. You know, why do we get jowls? It's because all this gets really adhesive and adhered, and it blocks the lymph flow through the face. So when you keep this all open, then those jowls start to diminish, and that's a pretty exciting thing. You can also make little circles. So you can make little circles on those 11 lines. You can make circles and puff up your cheeks and make circles on the lines on either side of your mouth or around your lips. Just like that. You can work with what I call the sticky spots, and I think that this is really probably one of the most important parts of using this tool, is that as you slide the fork around, whether you're sliding with the point or whether you're sliding with the handle, you're going to find places where it feels like your skin is grabbing the fork. It's sticky. And so let's say that you find one of those spots, you know, maybe it's a lymph node in your chest, you slide across, and all of a sudden you're stuck there. And what I want you to do is just allow the sound to run down all the way past 0. The sound went out of the fork all the way. And when you do that, some pain will come up. You'll feel maybe discomfort or this feeling like something is unwinding. And then you will find the need to take a deep breath will arise in you. So you really want to dramatize that. Take a big breath. And then what you'll do is you'll notice you'll feel much more spacious and relaxed after you do that. And you can find these places, on your face, on your head, anywhere on your body. And the more that you use this tool and the more that you breathe into these sticky spots where things aren't moving, the more flow you encourage. And flow is really a state of health. So I would really encourage you to spend time with your sonic slider every day. If you want to get great results, consistency is really key. So if you can be in the habit of doing it whenever you brush your teeth, that's a great idea. You are in the habit of brushing your teeth. That takes a few minutes. This only takes a few minutes too. So give yourself the treat of that. And also use the time to do affirmations. My affirmations was, I have the body of a teenager. And that seemed to work. I mean, you can also say things like, I love my beautiful, healthy body. No matter where you're at, it's really important that you love yourself. And this tool is a great way of taking time to be with yourself, really giving yourself love, and getting flow and tonality in the process. I hope you enjoy it. Thanks.